Each Thursday, we bring you one of the missing person cases from across the country, and this week's case takes us to southeastern Pennsylvania. The family of this 21-year-old, Kortne Stouffer, has been looking for 11 years for her. Before her disappearance, Kortne spent the night out with friends, and through the course of the night, police were called to her apartment 3 times for partying complaints. Still, police have no idea where Kortne went after that long night in July of 2011. NewsNation's Sloan Glass has a closer look at the case.
Some inner tubes, a hot July day, and a mission to remember Kortne Stouffer.
This is just kind of one of my favorite days of the year because we get to celebrate her and we get to keep her name and memory out there and do something that she loved to do.
Look and see some of the same people, been here 11 years in a row. It's incredibly humbling.
Stouffer was 21 when she vanished from her Palmyra, Pennsylvania apartment in the early hours of July 29, 2012. It's a painful mystery that haunts her family.
And it all goes back to some of the people that were around her that night.
On the night before her disappearance, Stouffer hosted a get-together at her apartment. Investigators say a neighbor called police and Stouffer's boyfriend was arrested. Upset, Stouffer with a group of acquaintances headed to downtown Harrisburg. At the now-closed hardware bar, Stouffer reportedly got into an altercation with a man who she believed had stolen money from her in the past. Then around 3 a.m., Stouffer and a friend returned to her apartment. An argument broke out with the neighbors and police were called. Palmyra police ended the argument, and Stouffer and the male friend went inside. But a short time later, another 911 call about stomping and yelling coming from her apartment. When police arrived for the 3rd time, shortly after 4 a.m., they say all was quiet and dark, so they left. The friend told her family they went to sleep around 4, and when he woke up at 7 a.m., Kortne wasn't there, so he left. When she didn't show up to meet her family at the Lebanon area fair, they went to check on her. They found her purse, keys, phone, and car, but no sign of Kortne, despite searching her home and car, and even a local lake. After a false tip she was there, her family says all they have is more questions.
I just don't believe for 1 second that many people can be involved with my daughter that night in such a short period of time. I have no information and have no idea what happened to her.
Investigators have said everyone in contact with Kortne that night was interviewed multiple times. They have also confirmed looking into 2 break-ins at Kortne's apartment before her disappearance. But because the case is an open investigation, they won't reveal details.
Kortne's a special young lady.
To mark 10 years since Kortne's disappearance, her family and friends sat down with a local production company to talk about their fondest memories.
No matter how much time passes, I'll never forget the sound of her laugh. She was just a really wonderful soul. And I just miss her a lot. I miss her every day.
As a child, she was just always bright, a flower, inquisitive. Always want to be right there in the center of things.
She was just a beautiful person. I can still hear her laugh and see her smile. She was just loud, funny, crazy person. She was awesome.
There's 2 extra larges.
Selling t-shirts to raise money, Kortne's family has built up a large reward fund, and they hope their continued efforts to keep the case in the spotlight will someday bring Kortne home.
That one day we will know what happened to her, and there will be justice served.
You know, 11 years later, you're like, do the right thing, do the right thing. I'm still asking you to do the right thing. You know, there's still $100,000 for the person that does the right thing.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.